Hey guys, it's Webb, CEO and founder of Flowdrop, with another episode of Flowdrop Basics. In this episode, we'll be going over node types. In Flowdrop, we have 5 different node types. We're going to be starting with workflow triggers. If you are new to Flowdrop, you can see this Add Node menu button up here in the top right. You'll notice all 5 node types easily searchable here. Workflow triggers at the top. These are a way to start your workflow and determine when they should run. These nodes are entry points for your workflows. They listen to specific events, they listen to conditions, and wait to basically start your workflow and execute it when they're triggered. So we're just gonna go ahead and here in general and grab a manual trigger. You'll notice you can also do it based on schedule. There's a couple different app events that you can trigger off of already. We got more to come, obviously. So we'll go ahead and put a manual trigger here. Anybody that's new to Flowdrop, you can go ahead and drag these connections to the canvas, and that'll pull up the Add Node menu as well. So it's definitely a little handy tip and trick there. So the next type of node that we have are action nodes. This lets you perform actions like send messages and interact with other external apps. Basically, like anytime you want to do an action like process data, make an API call, generate content, perform various operations, this is how you're going to do it with an action node. You'll notice we have a lot of AI action nodes here. You can make a structured output, you can make an LLM prompt. We have already a plethora of different app connections. You see the Google Suite, Microsoft Suite, LinkedIn, GitHub, etc. So we're going to go ahead and put a LLM prompt node here. So the next kind of node is data processing. These nodes will transform, analyze, manipulate data, and basically let you utilize data or values in your workflow, right? So we have 2 different kinds of data transformation right now. We have randomize, which takes a group of values and basically gives you a random selection from that sample. And then you have set value, which lets you set a constant value like a string, a number, a boolean, which is like a true or false. Go ahead and put that in there. The next kind of node type that we have is flow control, right? So these nodes will let you control the logic and flow of your workflow execution. Think like if-else statements, think you have a wait. If you want to make the workflow wait a couple of minutes before it goes on and continues, you have a for each loop, which basically like if you have a group of emails or a group of names, you can go ahead and perform a workflow for all those values that you have, right? We'll just go with a simple if-else statement here. We also have AI-based routing. So if you want to like route based on a simple prompt, you can go ahead and do that as well. An unlimited number of outcomes, basically. We'll go ahead and just a simple if-else statement. An if-else statement is if this, then go ahead and do this kind of outcome. And then if an alternative basically like condition is met, then you'll go ahead and do the alternative outcome. So you have 2 different outputs here. You can wire those up separately. So the last kind of node type that we actually have is a little bit different, right? We have human in the loop. This is going to be when you can put human approval in the midst of your workflow, right? So if you want to pause your workflow and wait for human to come in and provide some kind of feedback or some kind of approval, that's how you'll do this. Right now we support email. We've got more communication methods to come. Definitely got a lot of ideas in terms of how we're going to continue to make human in the loop as modular and basically as creative as possible. It's going to be a lot of different human-based applications. Like in a world with AI, AI is not going to do everything. We're always going to need humans to handle like high trust points for a lot of different tasks, right? So human in the loop certainly isn't going anywhere. We have a lot of creative ideas in terms of how we're going to improve that. For the time being, we support email. And so basically, if you want to perform an action after you approve something via email, then you can go ahead and do so, right? So that covers all of our basic node types in Flowdrop. We've got 5 different node types. Again, you've got triggers, which start your workflow. You've got actions, which processes data, can do actions in external apps. You got data processing, which transforms values, allows you to randomly pull from sets of data. You've got flow control, which determines next steps and lets you have different outcomes and different workflows that now can branch off from the same workflow. And then you have human in the loop when human input is needed, right? So that covers it. Thank you for joining me on today's Flowdrop Basics episode, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys on the next episode.